Entering the 2025 college football season, the Oregon Ducks once again will have sky-high expectations. Not only are the Oregon Ducks coming off a season into where they made the Big Ten championship game undefeated, but they also made the college football playoffs. Now, they got absolutely destroyed by a highly motivated Ohio State football team in the college football playoffs, but this year's Oregon Ducks team should expect no drop-off from last year. Now, Tater Too Real, what do you mean by that? Not only, in my opinion, are they going to have a better quarterback in Dante Moore, but this receiving core, even with the loss of Evan Stewart, is going to be highly, highly talented. Yes, they're going to have 5-star freshman Decorian Moore. Yes, they're going to have to replace 4 starters from last year's offensive line. So it all depends on how quickly this offensive line can gel. If this Oregon offensive line can build some cohesion, some chemistry, the rest will fall into place. Because they're going to have a talented tight end in Kenyon Sadiq as well. They're going to have Micah Hughes, who transferred in from Tulane at running back, had 1,400 yards rushing at Tulane last season. And like I mentioned earlier, Dante Moore is going to be in year 1 as a starting quarterback at Oregon. But if you guys remember his freshman year, he pretty much started for UCLA, had a great season. So the bright lights won't scare him as far as being the starting quarterback at the University of Oregon. But I do not feel this year's team is going to be better than last year's team because of the offensive line. They lost Evan Stewart as well. So you can expect a little drop off from last year's football team. But guys, now let's talk about the defense. Dan Lanning's calling card as a coach. For a school in Oregon that is known for their offensive prowess, boy, the defensive side of the football has sort of evened the scales, right? Not only are the Oregon Ducks losing players like Derek Harmon, they're going to be losing Jabbar Muhammad, they're going to be losing linebacker Jeffrey Basset as well, but this team is still going to have the best pass rushing duo in all of college football, in my opinion. Headlined by defensive ends Mateo Uiagalelei and other defensive end Tatum Tuitt. Those are going to be the best pass rushing combos in all of college football, in my honest opinion. Also, you're going to have players on the defensive side of the ball, like Devon Jackson, Amari Washington, Bear Alexander, who transferred in from USC, started his career off at Georgia. He's kind of a journeyman defensive line, still very, very talented. So you're going to have the pieces in place to have a very, very strong defense. Also, you're going to have defensive back transfer from the University of Purdue, Dylan Thyman as well on the back end. Plus, Oregon recruits well. They spend a lot of money in NIL, so we know all the talent they got coming in on the defensive side of the ball, like Naheem Alford, who got offered by Phil Knight personally, a NIL package. You get to create his own signature brand of cleats as well. So you have a lot of good things cooking right now at the University of Oregon. I do not believe this year's team will be better than last year's team. And speaking of this year's team, let's look at the schedule and give you guys a full schedule prediction. First and foremost, I want to say this. The football gods have blessed Oregon with a very, very winnable schedule in 2025. I mean, they play teams like Oklahoma State, Indiana, Northwestern, just to name a few. The only challenge I see on this schedule, they play Wisconsin, Rutgers as well. But the only challenge I see on this schedule is Penn State, guys. So there is no way in hell this 2025 Oregon football team should not go 11-1 and 10-2 and make the Big Ten championship game. Like I just mentioned, they have a very, very winnable schedule. They don't have to play Michigan. They don't have to play Ohio State. So they're going to dodge 2 big bullets. Yes, they play USC, but the USC Trojans are still in a rebuild year. I do not believe USC is going to be good this year as well. So they should win all these games except for Penn State. So the football gods have blessed Oregon. You guys let me know what you think. This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.